Allison, over to you.
Thank you so much, Julie. Well, high-profile stories like the Cleveland abduction case can scare and confuse all of us, especially children. Every child responds to tragic events differently, of course, but some might show signs of clinginess and fear, while others may have no ill effects at all. But if you're ever faced with the challenge of talking to your young people in your home about this recent story, would you know how to respond? Here to help us with some tips is clinical psychotherapist Dr. Cindy Crane of Crane Counseling, LLC. Thanks for coming and spending some time with us today.
Thank you.
I dare say it's hard for any of us to understand how people could mistreat other people, and so regularly, in this case, so violently, allegedly. So it's hard for all of us, but especially the most vulnerable of us. Do you have general tips first, right off the bat? Should they even be watching this kind of news, event unfold?
Right. Well, I think this is a dilemma for every parent. I think exposure to traumatic events, given 24-hour news cycle and the internet, is almost it's almost not avoidable. So I think parents need to be very vigilant in being aware that their children are going to be exposed to some of this news. Depending on the ages is how you want to handle it, but you want to for sure recognize that affirmation is the key, that you're safe, we're safe, and the bad guy was caught. But it is an opportunity to talk about safety.
Right. And you said something really important. It's a 24-hour news cycle, and it's everywhere. Should we be sort of proactive? Does it depend on age? Should I, a pre-teenage person versus a 15-year-old person, should you come and say first, hey, I don't know if you've heard about this, but I want you to understand that this is happening in the world?
Right. It is a great question. I think that for children who are sort of 7 and younger, that you wait to see what kind of information they're bringing to you.
Okay.
Be a little bit more aware of the signs. You want to notice if there is a change in their being more clingy, if there are more attachment needs. Extra hugs is always going to be great for all of our kids. I'd say for kids under 12 years old, kind of between that 7 and 12, ask them, have you heard anything at school about anything going on in the news? And let's talk about what you know. It's important to know what they know first, because we don't want to insert ideas into their head. And then for teens, let's talk about the issues. And they become a little bit more sophisticated at that point. They can understand more concrete ideas.
Right.
But for all these children, it's a real opportunity to talk about safety.
It's funny that when you said that, because so if I don't talk about it one day, but then they go to school, it's like everybody, there are 100 little reporters in their class, and if they mention something and then they come home, so it's a hard decision to make. Sometimes, do you go ahead and say it, or don't you?
Well, and the other thing is, as quick as the news cycle is, imagine how much faster it is on the playground.
Oh, exactly.
So they're getting misinformation.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about what can happen. Can kids become really fearful? Have you seen that?
Sure. And I think that there's maybe a kind of a general rule of thumb that if you see changes in like sleep cycle and how they're eating, if there's more tears, if there's more clinginess, that could be expected, and it's normal. It's not to be worried, not for us to be worried, but to be aware that can happen. Keep reminding your kids, we're safe, we love you, we take measures to be safe here. And then here are our rules. Don't talk to strangers. Don't follow somebody who says they've missed their puppy. Stay in groups. Right. Those kinds of things.
With all of these stories, even the most horrible headlines, you get that silver lining, you get that hero story. We saw it with Sandy Hook. We saw the teachers come in and shield their kids. We saw it in the bombings, how people have come together for those that are hurt. And we see it here. We see neighbors being extra watchful and vigilant and helping these young women at the end of this story. Do we highlight those stories? Or
absolutely. I think it's really important to recognize that these are real people. This is a community experience, and that we as a community need to look out for each other. If you see something, say something.
Okay. All right. Dr. Cindy Crane is a clinical psychotherapist with Crane Counseling, LLC. Thanks so much for being here
Thank you.
with us today. We'll be right back.